Hello everyone, good morning from here as in Texas. So it's our 3 days here. So thanks God, I have a nice sleep last night. So even just 5 hours, it really helps a lot. It's really big difference if you have a sleep and no sleep. So we started this morning's pretty day. So they always said, "Welcome to Texas." So this is the things that you really needed here. So since we came back here, we spray a lot of hives for yellow jacket and red wasp. It's so really freak out. Always move it here. So that's what I'm gonna do it for. I mean, this morning is look at this. There's a big hives of yellow jacket there, and it is full of. See that one? Oh my God! Can you imagine? Can you imagine when you bump that hives there? Think all your body is gonna swelling. So that's what I'm going right now. I'm going to spray and then knock their nest and kill them all. Ooh. Oh my God.
So some of you that's been with us for a long while, we talked about out here where I live out in Texas, out in the country that is developing up. Well, this was some farmland that I grew up around on, and now it's D.R. Horton Homes. Now this is far out of the city, out in the countryside. I was shocked that they put in a development of this magnitude. We've already drove through a whole bunch of it before I started recording. Way out in the country like this. This isn't like right up in any kind of big city. This is out literally in the countryside. And it was supposed to be a total of, we were told 3,000 and something homes. And multiple phases are going to go on too. And I read they already bought up more land. And so this is one part of it. They've got like their own water treatment or water plant and everything here for this subdivision, because they're not up around a municipality that has its own water and all. I think they had to do some kind of treatment plant too for the sewer, and then it releases into a river after it's treated. And there was a little bit of controversy with people over that. That's maybe what the sediment pond is right here. But I'm just kind of driving around here. This is just mind-blowing to me, I'm telling you.
Because when we left last year, there's no houses.
There's nothing here.
Yeah.
You know, when we left here 10 months ago, 10 months ago that we've been gone 10 months, there was nothing here. They were doing some dirt work. And now, you look how many houses. I mean, you hadn't even seen them all. They just keep going up through there. And as I said, this is not in no municipality or anything. This isn't like it's right on the edge of a town. There is no town by here. And here you'll see they're still doing dirt work up there. Still building the next phase, and the roads are going all in over there. But this is what's happening. It's turning into houses and solar farms.
There's a lot of people living here already. And that's quick.
Yeah, that's exactly a good point. Not only did they build this during the past 10 months, all of this, everything you see in the past 10 months, but people are already living in, it looks like 80% of them are already occupied.
Because
maybe more. Some of them just may not have a car sitting in the driveway because they're going to work or something to pay for all this. But I know this is just common, you know, it looks ordinary. Okay, yeah, it's a subdivision, but this is out in the countryside, and they're doing more building there. It's not up on the edge of a town. There's not a town that close by. There's Terrell like 8 miles away, and there's Rockwall like 15 miles away. But there's nothing in the immediate area. And our little community out here just got incorporated in, so it will be the town. It will be the city soon. But yeah, DR Horton, man. I mean, they rolled in doing this. Mel and I drove down here just now to see. It was just, look. I mean, it's goats across the street.
It's in the country.
Yeah.
It's not only a new home, there's a lot bunch of people.
And all those houses, and it's just on a little old small bumpy country road.
Yes. Look at the subdivision and then a row land.
Yeah, see, it's just all just raw countryside out here.
But maybe like 2 more years they're gonna be pushed out all of this mosquito.
So just a few years ago, this was a white rock road, and then they all topped it, and now I hear it's about to become a highway through here. Well, everybody, over to another day. Still trying to adjust my time. Oh man, I was up all night again, and I'm gonna try to push myself today maybe to 3 p.m. and I got a few hours to go to do that, and then see if I can get up, go to, get a little bit later each day is what I'm kind of hoping. Probably by the time I get my time switched around, it'll be time to return to the Philippines, right? So tell you what, that steak was so good last night, and Mel and I finished it early this morning. The piece that was left, man, it was so good. It was so tender. It was just like biting into a tender bread. But I'm hungry for more beef. It's windy right now, so excuse that. But yeah, I had this chuck roast right here, and I chopped half of it up into fajita meat the other day. It was a pretty big piece. And I said, you know what, it's got nice marbling in it, and nice and thick, and it seemed pretty tender. And I said, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and cook that the same as the steak. And I had some avocados here that I put a little bit of olive oil on and some salt and pepper, and I'm gonna grill them out here also. If you've never had grilled avocado, it is so good. It don't take very long either, and it changes the whole composition of it. It's really cool. But you don't need them on there very long. Just a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other, and it's done. I didn't bring out a utensil for this, so I'm gonna kind of handle it here. There we go, right there. Now, I'm not ready to put the avocados on yet. They need to go on later. I need to let this beef cook just a little bit here, and then we'll add those on. Well, here I am again. This is a chuck roast right here. Man, I just ate a bite of a piece that was falling off of it right there, and oh my God, it was good. Here's these grilled avocados and just a little bit of lettuce. And let's eat. Man, this is good. Glad to be here in Texas to eat some real beef. And while I'm doing a little bit of eating outside, I'm going to show you this solar system here in Texas that I have. And I thought I might be able to zoom in on that where you guys can read it up there. Not so well. Tell you what, they changed my camera, and it is just not the same anymore. Their little upgrade really downgraded me.
So James was just crushed there on the sofa. He can't keep his eyes open. I think he awake almost 23 hours. That's what he said. Since yesterday, I mean, he haven't slept because last night he had trouble to sleep. So he tried to wake up as he can, like even 7 o'clock or something like that or more. But 4 p.m. he already crashed. He can't make it longer. I don't blame him, and it's just the way that you're back over here, so you need to adjust your time also. It's not just easy to adjust, for because it's different time, like in there in Philippines. So at least me last night, I sleep like 5 hours. So and I woke up 5 a.m. this morning. So it's really helped.
Hello, everybody from Texas, from Tejas. You know what Tejas is? Tejas is what Texas was before it was Texas, when it was still part of Spain. It was Tejas. And do you know what a Tejano is? Tejano was the inhabitants of Texas before it became an independent country from Spain and split from Mexico, and before it became part of the United States. The inhabitants of Tejas were Tejanos. And technically, my family, on one part of my family, down one of the legs of my family, is technically Tejanos. So anyway, that's my little explanation. Well, out here at the farm and trying to get a few things in order, trying to get rid of a few more things. My trencher, I've got a Ditch Witch trencher. Got it out, man, it fired right up, it's running good. Put some new fuel line on it, and I put it on Marketplace for sale. But my cousin told me, he said, I think Bob might be interested in just buying that trencher from you. So I called old Bob up, and not only is Bob, I think, going to buy my trencher, he's going to buy my excavator right here behind me too. I've got a rent house that had no renter in it, about 10 miles from here, and I've got several potential buyers on it, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm happy just to get the possibly the trencher and the excavator gone. Even those would be a big relief. Right now my cousin's here doing some mowing. Pretty cool. Boy, those egrets are after those army worms. As he's cutting that grass, it's making them more visible to see. Lots of army worms right now. Pond looks beautiful. When that water's that color right there, that's really healthy water right there. It's in good shape. Hello everybody. Another day here in Texas. Still green here. Pretty amazing. Happy. It's really different than it's been the last couple of years when we came back to Texas during the summer. It was just miserable and dry and thing, but it's really beautiful this time. Today I had a very successful day. So yesterday and today are my first 2 days being back here in Texas. In the past 5 days that I didn't have jet lag. I finally got over it. It was hard, but I finally got over it. And today I sold the excavator. I sold my Ditch Witch trencher. I sold this plow that it's called a no-till. That's an aerator. It punches holes in the ground. It's not really a plow. It punches holes, aerates. The brand's Airway. I sold it. What else did I sell? I sold my little Toyota 4Runner. I had an 88 model here. So many things, other little small items and stuff that I had as well. So it's pretty nice to see all that stuff kind of fading away and getting out of my hair, you know, because I got a lot of hair. And I never finished this barn because my life changed and going overseas and stuff, and really didn't have a use for it anymore. But I had started it before. Y'all seen the videos a long time ago, and then I just dropped it. It just had no importance, especially me selling the cows, selling the farm equipment, which I was going to store in here and stuff. The game changed, and I just stopped building it, and that was probably not good on my part, but it's the truth. The materials are sitting here, and so I don't have any help. It's just me. Shooting these sheets and stuff up here, welding, putting all this up by myself. But man, I feel like it's dangerous for me up there by myself, especially with my health condition. And I don't have my bucket truck anymore. I sold it a couple years ago, so I don't have it anymore. I'd have to go rent a lift to get up here and do all this. So, well, then my next trip to Texas, I'll do it myself. And if not, I've got enough time. I'm so ahead of schedule with what all I'm getting sold and done, even with me trying to get over being jet lagged, that I'll just jump on out here and start doing more of it myself. I can get more of these wall sheets on behind me. Those are easy. I can finish those sheets that are up over there that's missing. Those are easy. And I can actually roof this back half myself right now. I've already got the purlins up there. And as long as the wind's in my favor, I can pull those sheets up there and get them up there myself. Once I get the first sheet on, well, then it gets easier and easier. And I can stand right up here and get up to that next level, working right there pretty easy. To get that first sheet on, get it screwed down, then I can step out on it and do the next one. Working by myself, it's a lot more work. Getting those long sheets drug up there, pulling them by rope, but it's possible. And our next trip home, I'll just plan it that I'm going to come back here and finish this building out, and I'd be happy for that. So I'm back here right now. I'm about to clean up some stuff I've had stored back here I don't need. Some of it's from my brother's old estate. Just this stuff like this, old deep freeze. It's probably was good then, but it's just been sitting. And these old filing cabinets, I keep them with stuff in them. I may hold on the filing cabinets, but there's some other stuff here I'm gonna get rid of. An old desk chair, an old lawnmower here, it's not running, and different things. I want to clean it all up. And what Mel and I are considering doing right now is buying a travel trailer, like a toy hauler. In fact, we're talking to a friend right now and buying his that's up in Washington State, the one that we stayed in last year up in Washington State. I know it's a long ways away, but he has the exact toy hauler trailer that I'm looking for. And he's also consolidating down because his life is over in Bicol, Legazpi area over in the Philippines right now, and he's trying to sell down in Washington State and narrow down more and more. And they were keeping that RV to do the same thing, to stay in when they came, but they're going to narrow down even more than that now. So we're looking at maybe buying his toy hauler. It's one of those all aluminum roof, aluminum walls, aluminum frame. It's what they call an ultra. It's a lightweight, and that thing's cool. It's toy hauler and has a separate room in the back, but with a queen electric bed that comes down. It's on a remote and you let it down. And if we got that, well, then we could park it back here when we're in the Philippines inside this metal building, and it'd be secured and all the weather. And then when we come in, we could just stay in that instead of the house up there. I told that we had a plan to do this a long time ago. And maybe that other side of the house, we could rent it up there or do something else with the house. But we really don't want to try to maintain a household there anymore. All right, well, Miss Mel come down here to help me. Didn't know she done made it here. I thought she might have been walking out here. I saw the cows jumping around like a wolf was in the pasture. I didn't know it was just a little coyote. What's that?